Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today with more Demon Slayer, you guys. I gotta say, I am excited, I'm scared, I'm pretty confident we're gonna come out of this fine, but I mean, you just never know exactly what's going to happen. There are a few things on this series that have happened already, mostly in the train arc, that I was like, wow, I kind of can't believe that they did that. So guys, I'm just kind of over here like mostly confident, a little worried, and just very, very excited to see what is going to happen next. So I will get into briefly what I thought about the last episode. But first, I just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means that you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. And yes, by the way, if you are joining me on those YouTubes, please be sure to hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. So getting into the last episode, I know it's been worrying some of us. Like, I was a little bit worried, but I'm mostly confident. I don't think they're really going to take out any of our main crew. And I don't know. I know, like, our hashira is probably kind of like, after what's happened, it's easy to feel like he's up for grabs, but I gotta think that they're not gonna do like they're not gonna retread, I think, a lot of the same story that we've already done. So I'm pretty confident that like we're all gonna be fine. But I gotta say, leaving Tanjiro alone with this very high-ranking demon is a little unnerving, I'm not gonna lie. So we still haven't seen Zenitsu since he was taken, like horror movie style. And again, like I think that's unnerving for some of us because we're like, where is he? But I feel like he's going to be fine. I believe in Tanjiro. I was really proud of Tanjiro and Inosuke in the last episode, don't get me wrong. But it is, you know, like I think starting to dawn on me, like even after all the amazing training that Tanjiro's done, like there will be a gap with like a hashira at this point. Like this person has killed, like how many did they say? Like 7, I think, hashira. Also, all of the covers are blown. Apparently with Tanjiro, there never really was a cover. They were just kind of going along with it. We kind of learned a little bit more about how the demon's abilities work. So the belt is, I guess, like capturing people and modifying the physics of their form to like trap them inside, which is really cool and really mind-boggling all at the same time. But fortunately, Tanjiro knew just where to go to like cut our Oiran out. So that was good. I was a little scared at first. I was afraid maybe he like cut a vital part. But I think he did just fine. But yeah, so we kind of know a little bit more about the demon, how the demon's working here. We know that our hashira was on the way, and Tanjiro has intercepted this demon. So I'm excited to see where it's all going. Again, a little scared, but I think it's going to be a great battle. And a lot of you pointed out too, like, don't forget, like Tanjiro is in this alone right now, but he's not in this alone. Like he will most likely be getting back up, and like between all of us, you know. And don't forget that we have trained. We have made a lot of progress since the last time we were facing an upper ranking demon. So with all that being said, what do you say we figure out what is going to happen? We jump into the next episode of Demon Slayer. Let's do this. Okay, guys. So I actually forgot to mention that my earbuds stopped working. So I'm going to get another pair, but for today, I'm sporting these very cute new headphones that I got for Christmas. I was planning on saving them for video game reactions that I'm going to be starting. I was not planning on wearing them for reactions because I usually wear my Naruto headband, and also because I know Zamber also wears the cat ear headphones, and I really didn't want to just copy Zamber. I promise I'm not trying to copy Zamber. I do love Zamber, though. Please go check out Zamber, 'cause she's amazing. But for today, it looks like I am going to be wearing the cat headphones. So you guys are going to get a special Kitty Hime reaction today that I was not really planning, but at the last minute, my earbuds were not working, and we're just going to go with it. So I'm sure the sound's going to be amazing. So let's try it out, guys. Let's go. All right, you guys. Wow, that's harder to get off than the, the earbuds. And now my hair is like all crazy. I probably should have just left them on. Guys, that was fantastic. There was so much goodness in there. I don't even know where to start because, you know, honestly, I thought we were going to focus a lot on Tanjiro and what was kind of going on with his particular fighting situation at the time. And we ended up just hitting like a lot of beats in that one episode. We went right through kind of his fighting situation, and I gotta say, I'm trying to remember the exact details surrounding like how exactly we came to the understanding that his thing was water breathing, or how exactly they come to the understanding that like, okay, your type is like water or flame or whatever. But I gotta say, it's really making a lot more sense that his thing would be flame. Is that like, can you like switch? Could somebody like master? Here's the thing. Could somebody master more than one? Because he's done water breathing, and I don't know, like, is it possible to do water breathing if you're really a flame type? But here's the thing, we know that Rengoku's dad told him that sun breathing is kind of like where all the other ones come from. So maybe he can do all of them. I don't know. I think that's kind of a stretch. I don't know if that's really, I don't know, like, I have no basis for saying that other than just like what I'm seeing and what I'm like kind of theorizing right now. But I mean, it does kind of make you wonder, the Hinokami Kagura is so, like, flame. It's much more, like, flame-oriented. And the fact that, like, he does better when he has a fever, the sun breathing, like, all this kind of making me wonder now if, like, maybe flame isn't his thing, or if maybe he can't go, like, back and forth between all of them. But we'll see. We'll see. I think that was a really, really interesting development. But yeah, so I thought we were going to kind of focus on that. Then we go into like the pantry, which in and of itself was pretty, a pretty crazy sight to behold. So am I to understand that the obi, the belt, is like a different entity then? Because she was like talking to it and like giving it instructions. So I think it might be like its own thing. But it's funny, and I wish I had said something now, but as soon as I saw Zenitsu sleeping inside, like when he was trapped inside the belt, the first thing I thought was, oh, I could see this being a situation where he's going to wake up and we're going to get to see like him in the zone. And I gotta say, every time he shows up in the zone, it's always at like a moment that just could not get any cooler if he tried. And I was so proud. I was proud of Inosuke too. Inosuke with his horrifying yet very effective joint dislocation ability. And just kind of, I mean, he was the first one to find everyone. That was pretty impressive. The sound hashira was pretty dang impressive in this as well, I guess. Everyone was just really killing it. I thought Tanjiro did great. I thought the fact that, like, Tanjiro was doing as well as he was doing against someone of this rank was really, really, really impressive. That should really speak for itself right there. The sound hashira showing up was really cool. And I'm glad that we're getting to see his backstory a little bit. It makes total sense to me that he prioritizes the wives over everything. I think based on like what he's said and done so far, I could really see that. And him telling them like, take care of yourselves first. first, your own lives, second, others' lives, and third, like, my life. Like, just goes to show how much he really, like, values them. So one of the wives stepped up on her own when it came time to, like, choose the wives. So the other two were chosen for him, or did he get to choose all of them? It sounds like they were all chosen for him except for Suma. But I mean, clearly, I think he has a lot of love for all of his wives. Like, I think that much is evident. And it's interesting to me that they're not all, like, trained as ninjas, too. I kind of expected them all to be, like, trained in the same... Because I know they're, like, from the same clan, but it makes sense. Just because you're from that particular group doesn't mean you're all going to have, like, the same exact training or profession or whatever. But yeah, guys, it was quite the episode. I was not expecting a Zenitsu moment, so many Inosuke moments, Tanjiro starting to have, like, realizations about his fighting and his style, the wives, the return of the wives. The wives are all okay. Like, the one is not doing great, but I think she's going to be all right. But yeah, guys, I'm loving this arc. I really am. And now it's about to get flashy. He's growing on me. The sound hashira is growing on me, I gotta say. He's so different from Rengoku. I think it's good because, like, had he had even, like, remotely any common characteristics, aside from just, like, being hashira and being cool with Rengoku, I think it would have been so easy to, like... I think it's cool that from what I've seen of all the hashira, they're all strikingly different. I think that's going to make for a really interesting story, and I think it's also cool that when we go to get to know one, particularly in a situation like what we have with Rengoku, where, like, we no longer have Rengoku now, it does make it a little bit easier to, like, okay, we're just starting with somebody so totally different. So does that make sense? I don't know. Guys, I love that episode. There was so much to love about that. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.